video by our leader, His Excellency Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. My name is Mazi ALOZIE. Today is October 19, 2021. I say greetings to everybody, our listeners. Yes, I'm laughing because technology is one funny thing, and when you think you got it, you'll be fooled. I was looking for where the noise was coming from. It turned out when I was trying to log on and I couldn't, I had to monitor my login from the other side, and when you're used to doing something, I couldn't figure out where the noise was coming from, whether it's repetition or not, and now I figured out what it was. So that's life. Our people today, by 1:30, in about 57 minutes, we will have a guest here today for you to reflect on what we have been doing, what has been going on. In general terms, what's happening in Biafra land and our role, what we have been doing, whether it's what we should be doing, those that are doing it and those that are not doing it. Are we actually up to what is happening to us? Are we just delusional? Are we dreaming? Are we sleeping? That these are the things we have to evaluate today. We, the Biafrans, we have been at the receiving end right from the time they said amalgamation. And we have been not just amalgamated, but fizzled out. They just amalgamated us and took away whatever it is we have as human beings, our culture, name it, they just want to destroy it. So today we will actually discuss it, let our people know where they stand. That is, if they will understand what we say. And one thing that I would like to hammer on is the response our people are giving, whether it's big enough, equitable enough, or should it surpass what we are getting. You see, because there's a situation that warrants action, and that action should not be measured in terms of action, but did you achieve your aim? Did you use proportionate measures to act? You don't see an elephant and you use a needle to poke it to kill it. You're just calling for your death. You see, unless that needle carries a poison and then to do it to us. If not, it's just the needle, you just shove it off and keep on going. Anyway, that's the situation today. Apart from that, I'll make few announcements and then I'll give you some headlines. After that, we move on. There will be a demonstration tomorrow by the indigenous people of Biafra to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and free Biafra protest. It will take place tomorrow, October the 20th. It will happen at the State Department, British Embassy, and Nigeria Embassy. That'll be in New York. British Embassy in New York, State Department in Washington, D.C. And the Nigerian demonstration is that of Washington, D.C. So the time for the State Department, Washington, D.C. will be 8:30 to 11. 11 a.m. The time for the British Embassy in Washington, D.C. will be 11:30 p.m. That should be 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. And that of the Nigerian Embassy in Washington, D.C. will be 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. I will repeat this announcement again so that nobody will say they are confused. The demonstration tomorrow will take place Washington, D.C. October the 20th. It is by the indigenous people of Biafra calling for the release of our leader Mazi, Nnamdi, Kanu, and freeing of Biafra. There will be 3 venues for the protest. One is at the State Department, 2201 C Street Northwest, Washington, D.C. Time, 8:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Then the other protest will take place at the British Embassy, Washington, D.C. That's 3100 Massachusetts Avenue, Northwest, Washington, D.C. Time is 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Then the other demonstration will take place at 3519 International Court, Northwest, Washington, D.C. Time 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. This is the demonstration calling on the relevant people. The British Embassy, Nigerian Embassy, the 2 criminals, they architect, they create problem, and they're still just colonizing. They don't want the progress of other people. In Washington, we are coming to you to see what we are going through, and you weigh heavily on it. Why must Nigeria still be colonized? If you're going to colonize Nigeria, we don't want to be a part of it. We want to be Biafra. We want to be free. But those that have no future, those that see no life in themselves, but to hate you as Biafrans, continue to colonize you with the help of Britain. Britain, you are a problem. Britain, you are our problem. And we Africans are so backwards that we cannot stand up for our rights. I mentioned this yesterday. I said it so many times. We cannot demonstrate. We cannot call on them, say, leave us alone. No, we wait for them to give us everything we want. I said this yesterday, and I'm repeating it today. For those that did not hear it yesterday, I'm repeating it today. Britain, you are our problem. Britain, you are the one creating the problems for us. And then we are the ones that are enabling them. We are enabling them because we are not questioning them. We are not resisting. We are not saying, no, enough is enough. The giant of Africa, and your head will be swollen like a balloon. The largest economy, and I don't know where it's going from. You're producing oil, you're exporting oil. You cannot measure the oil you produce. You cannot give an account of the quantity of oil you produced, and you're a giant of Africa. Oh yeah, you're exporting your oil. They are using it, and then they are giving you a little reward, stipend money. Oh, we are giving Nigeria 3 million aid. Oh, hallelujah! Give us the aid. Give us. When you talk, you die. Why are you holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Why are you holding? Why did you go the way and collaborate with Kenya to bring him in? Nigeria and Britain, your work is being seen all over the world. Your bloody hand is all over the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The blood of the children killed by Britain through the Janjaweeds, through Fulanis. Britain, you are killing children. You committed genocide 19 1967 to 1970. Britain, you committed genocide. You sponsored the genocide that took place 1967, and the world is not talking about it. Today, you are still repeating the same crime you committed. And nobody's talking. And you have Katrina Lang just jollying from north, crisscrossing all over, ruling and issuing orders and edicts, what must and what must not be done. And you're saying, yeah, Republic of Nigeria. Which republic? You had your independence in 1960. And the next one was your republic. Republic full with arms and ammunition. Killing of innocents since 1945. This has been going on. As we speak, we are still being massacred. Why are people keeping quiet? Why are black people so timid? You cannot stand for your right. Rather, you have the stamina to kill your own fellow black people. Showing your strength. See what the Nigerian is doing. And I keep asking you, who are these soldiers? I have repeatedly asked this question. Where do they come from? And you say Nigerian army. And you see them. Eyewitness accounts say they are not Nigerians. Then where are they from? How did they get into Nigeria? How did they cross the border? The border is wide open in the north. But in the south, they are blocking everywhere. And when are we going to wake up? Arise. When are we going to get up? We think we know. The DOS will be on the air today. Today or tomorrow. Oh, I'll confirm that, please. I think it's 7 o'clock today. I will confirm it, and I'll say it.
Okay. Good evening.
And they will devour you, a nation whose language, English, you will not understand. They will destroy you completely. Is your language originally English? But I am the Lord your God, who the moon are. I will destroy you, that even your language you no longer know it. So says the Lord of hosts. A nation of first countenance which does not respect the elderly, nor show favor to the young. Like the British, they will come after you, they will decimate you, and they will destroy you. They will not give a damn about your old. They will eat your livestock and produce and leave you alone. Everything you have, they are bound to take, and you will have nothing. You will be plucked off from your land which you go to possess. Even the own land they will take away from it, and they will take it from you. We were banned from even our own land, isn't it? Why is it that they will tell you, if you want to come to your land, you have to go through Lagos and through Kanu and Abuja? You can't even come into your own land. They want to discourage you from going back to the land of your ancestors. This is the funniest one. You will be scattered amongst all people, from one end of the earth to another. I will scatter you. Not even among nations, but among people. That is why wherever you go to, won't you find Biafrans there? It's a curse. It's a curse. Also, I will scatter you. Not even among people, ordinary people. Wherever there are people, you must be there. It's a curse I've placed upon you. There are some in China, they don't longer go back home. And people are very happy living in other people's country because you have no shame. When I used to live in England, I used to feel ashamed all the time. I will go to look for a job that I know I am more than qualified to do. They will say, oh, due to one reason or the other, they will employ a white person. And somebody will say to me, why don't you write and protest? I say, no, I won't. It's not my country. Anything they like, they can do. Because we lack sense of pride and honor. I will scatter you amongst the peoples of the world. You we are taken from everywhere to everywhere, and today you are worth nothing. And there you will bow before wooden gods.
That is that. HOD will be on the air today, 7 o'clock Biafra time. HOD will be on the air 7 o'clock Biafra time today. So I was trying to get that information, make sure I give you the correct information. So a lot is happening. Leader has become what they will use to play politics. They are playing politics. Our leader is somebody, when you look at him, it is only in Biafra land, and it is only Biafrans that are facing upheaval, and they can't seem to understand what is happening to them. I don't know who will explain to them what is happening to them. Let us look at it in a different way. When you don't take things seriously, you will pay dearly for it. When you don't take things seriously, you pay heavily for it. You either lose it, and you can attribute it to carelessness. You attribute it to carelessness. There are some news items that are disturbing. Let me tell you what is happening. There are two governors that went to Abuja requesting for 10 billion naira because they claim they have cleared Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from southeast and destroyed the IPOB leadership. That is what is on the table. Two governors came back from Abuja where they went to demand for 10 billion naira because they have cleared Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the southeast and destroyed IPOB leadership. This is accurate news. Biafrans, look at your governors. Biafrans, take a very good look at your governors. Do you call them governors? You call Biafrans Ndibo, who sell their own people for money, slave traders. It never left their blood. This news is accurate. As accurate. You see, when you see us fighting, there's a reason why we're fighting. There are some people you think they are human beings. There are people you think they are with you. They are not with you. They don't even give a damn about you. They don't care. As long as they get the money. Look at all these people fighting against Biafra. Look at their investments. That's what they're protecting. And they are not realizing that these investments are nowhere. They are nothing as compared to your life. Because once they eliminate you, the investment is nothing. They just take a bulldozer and knock it down. You're producing beer, and you can't even sell your alcohol in the north. Your beer, you can't sell it. But you're mortgaging the lives of your people, your own children, your own brothers, your own relatives, your own fellow villagers. You're mortgaging their life with the Fulani. If you want me to repeat the news, I'll repeat it again. 2 governors just came back from Abuja, where they went to request the sum of 10 billion naira because they have cleared Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the southeast and destroyed IPOB leadership. Let's see the leadership they destroyed. Time will tell. As evidence mounts, as things start coming up little by little, they claim to be IPOB. They claim to be IPOB. And they are causing the death of millions of people. We've asked people to stay clear of politics. And this is what you'll be getting. If you decide to immerse yourself into the mud or hot water, that's what you get. Professor Anthony Diafo will be with me in about 5 minutes. And I will exchange some views with him and get his comment. Then I will allow you to give him a call and ask some questions. Please be economical with your questions. Be economical with your questions. Don't ask questions that will take all day and you will be going round and round and round and not get to the point. Don't call because you just want to call or let your voice be heard. Just call and ask a question and allow him to answer. And though it won't be a lengthy question, you call, number is going to be 484 767 0848. That's the number you call after the interaction. Open your ears. It is for our consumption. It's for the world to know the way things are. And we that are Biafrans, we that are the ones that are being yo-yoed around, we have to see what we can do. It's news is that we don't have anything like Biafra National League. I will read you that very quickly so that you know what is happening. They just want to form all kind of things, tell you, bring money, we are getting ESN, and no. This is the news they gave. Just in Nnamdi Kanu's trial, secessionist group shuts Cameroon borders. Nnamdi Kanu's secessionist group, the Iberi TV. You're being killed and you're formulating lies. A pro-Biafra group, the Biafra National League, has ordered for shutdown of borders between Nigeria and southern Cameroon in solidarity with trial of leader, indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What has that got to do with the trial? Which shows you it's a blatant lie. And who are the Biafra National League? Under who? Sponsored by who? They put it out there for you to consume. The group, in a statement by national leader Prince Will Richards, so it's not Igbo man again, so it's now Prince Will Richards, which shows you it's a formulated lie, said that the closure commenced from October 19 to October 22. October 19 is today, along with its operating areas, mainly at Cameroon borders of Cross River, Akwa Ibom, and Bakassi Peninsula. It ordered its members to shut down the borders and the Gulf of Guinea. These are the kind of things they use to frame IPOB. They have found it very difficult to deal with IPOB, so what they do is ferment lies. Ferment lies. Another one before I'll do it very quickly is control of Kware site. 5 youths dead as Ebubago storms Ebony community. This by Pitokutu. Abakaliki, no fewer than 5 youths died. While many were injured when Ebubago went there to shoot them at the quarry. They're the gold mine, they are digging their gold, they are digging their oil, siphoning oil, but in Ebony, 5 youths are dead. Killing of innocent people. This is well. Let's proceed. It is one of those things. It is one of those things. We'll wait. Professor Ejiofor will be with us in a few minutes, and then we commence. Good morning, Professor. Welcome.
Good morning.
Yeah, welcome to Radio Biafra, and it's been a while since we spoke with you. So,
what is the interview started?
The what?
I thought we said 9:30 Central Time. Is it starting now?
Oh, Central Time. I mixed up. That's my goof up. I'm sorry. I'll call you back.
Okay.
I'll call you back. I'm sorry. I was looking at New York. I was looking at New York time. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yes. This. Oh my goodness. Well, he'll be here. It was supposed to be. Yeah. That's what it is. I have 2 clocks here, and one is New York time, and the other one is Central time. Anyway, that will give me time to get out what I want to say. I'm always looking at that New York time, and you'll be an hour from now. An hour from now. So this is okay. Let me get this news up. It is what I cannot thought about. If I yoba, these politicians are very, very mischievous. We are talking about our leader. I just gave you the information about those governors that came back from Abuja demanding for $10 billion that they have silenced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and destroyed the leadership of IPOB. Here is Ifanyo Oba talking good and then trying to seek for permission to go and see our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why is he going to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? You don't have a foothold in Biafra land as a politician. You can't do anything in Biafra land as a politician. Rather, you just connive, betray, and use somebody for political satisfaction. If I seeks court permission to visit Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody, the senator representing Anambra South, Ifeanyi has sought an order of a federal high court Abuja to visit leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, at Department of State Services. Oba, who is also a candidate of the Young Progressive Party in the November 6 governorship election, said he filed the application so that an order of court could be obtained to direct VS, allow him access to the detainee. This is by News, RSU 24,000. The lawmaking in a motion on notice with suit marked FH. I am not interested in this. This is rubbish. Nonsense. Why are you filing suit to go and see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? What do you have in common with him? He does not owe you. He has his agenda. He is focused. You've not been able to speak to your people. You've not been able to convince the people who you are. And you are going to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So that the world will know. You see, so that the world will say, yes, and Ifeanyi Oba is going to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He's sympathetic. Why are you sympathetic? Your predecessors have renditioned him for political gain. And do you see what politics is doing to Biafrans? Do you see what politics is doing to Biafrans, blinding them that they cannot see the danger right at their doorstep? They cannot see it. They cannot. They cannot hold on to anything. It's only politics. What do they gain? Nothing. They don't get anything. Now you have him, you play politics with him. And to complicate issues, to just tell you the games they are playing. I told you what Dopesi said. If we allow Igbo president, Nnamdi Kanu will force him to declare Biafra. Raymond Dopesi, the founder of Dark Communications, has disclosed how the agitation of Biafra by Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, has affected the chances of the Southeast producing a Nigerian president. When Jonathan was the president, what happened? Nothing happened. He appeased the North. I'm not talking about being president or not being president. Of what use will it be to me? Nothing. Of what use will it be to ordinary Biafra? Nothing. All we want is Biafra. The bluntness of Nigerians not to reason. They are fixated with one Nigeria, that they cannot reason. They cannot think for the betterment of the future of their children, generation to come. They are dying for one Nigeria. Make it good? No. Make the residents happy? No. Make the economy so lucrative? No. Exhibit humanity? No. Nothing. But one Nigeria. And they are slaughtering people left and right. He went further to say that IPOB leader may use militant tactics to blackmail and force an Igbo president to declare Southeast independent, as if we cannot do it. With Buhari there, yes, we can do it. We can do it and do it very well. You cannot use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for your politics, and you cannot use IPOB for your politics. We do not play politics. We don't engage in political rubbish, where people's lives are used as a game. No sincerity, no sympathy for human existence, just kill. Kill and kill. And very insensitive. You removed yourself from human beings and turned into animal. How can you stand and go and request for aid? You have oil, you have gold, you have tin ore, you have everything, name it. Can you tell what happens to the resources? You mine all these things. Where does the money go? Those that are foreign origin are taking care of it in your land. Look at Ebonyi and Abakaliki. See how many people they killed. It's turning into Sierra Leone. The same thing that happened in Congo. That's what's happening in the zoo. Why are people not seeing the dangers around? Why are people not questioning what is happening? Why are people allowing Fulanis from West Africa and other African countries to invade their ancestral land? The indigenous people in the geopolitical zone of former Nigeria are inept. They are sleeping. You let them come in. They come in motorcycles. You watch them. You have about 6 people. 3 in a motorcycle. They ride on a motorcycle. 3 bandits. And they have about 500 motorcycles. You watch them. They terrorize villages. You're still watching. You're still looking. You're not talking. One Nigeria. So indigenous people are continuously being worked out. You're looking, you're watching. Yeah, you continue to watch. You continue to watch. And they continue to advance. They continue to colonize you until they completely overwhelm you. Middle belt, what are we saying? Are we telling lies? Are what we are saying not the truth? What do we have to offer? Just our lives, our land. Give them everything they want, including our lives. Take them. And then you're holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Their recent style is to say, yes, we are amending the charges. You are there killing people in Eboma. You are there seeing Boko Haram, the bandits. Those that committed the actual murder, killing of federal troops. You did not charge them for treasonable felony. You were there watching them. Oh, you did? You succeeded because you're Fulani. You all are Fulanis. What will happen is we will rehabilitate you in the army. Go and join the army. We will pay you for your expenses for suffering in the bush, in the Sambisa forest. And they are being battered. Oh, where are your wives and children? Okay, go and bring them. We will help them. These are the criminals that committed capital offense. You did not try them. You did not charge them with treasonable felony. You excused them. But you came to a Biafra, an Easterner, that said, give me freedom. I want referendum. Oh, that is rebels, Fulani. We're going to charge you. Justice, parity, non-existence. This is what we are experiencing. In view of the time debacle, I will open the phone line. Let me reduce the amount of people that are going to call. Because I will not have enough time for callers to call so much. But based on the news, as you've had it, you're going to make your input. On the 21st, our leader will be in a courtroom. They are amending the charges as a tactics. They have all years, all the months they made those accusations. why was he arrested in the first place? Our people should see the injustice. Our people should see the behavior of Biafran politicians. Our people should see that our politicians are responsible for what is happening to us. Like I mentioned earlier, they ought to have resigned just as the Ambazonians did. Our people have little or no value for their lives, custom and otherwise. Therefore, you cannot expect anything good to come out of it. I played this yesterday for people who are conscious of tomorrow. Little kids of other African countries are beginning to think, no, but in Biafra land, in Nigeria, they are not thinking. I played this yesterday and I'll play it again for you to understand what people are doing, why they have awoken from their slumber, why they are challenging their colonial masters, why they are telling them that they are responsible for their setbacks. No, not your own people. We are backwards. I'll continue to be. So let's listen to that again, and then I'll open the phone line.
Mr. President, a new generation that is not hampered by the burdens of nostalgia. We are ready to look at Africa-France relations with fresh eyes, with optimism and with confidence. To paraphrase Nelson Mandela, our choices must reflect our hopes and not our fears. We are not afraid to take our responsibility. You must find the courage to take yours. Because France cannot remain trapped in an outdated vision of the African continent. We have come to propose solutions and to dialogue with you because we have a different, a more admirable future to propose. Not necessarily because we are going to be comfortable about what will change, but because at this point, it is the only thing that makes sense. But before we present this vision to you, Mr. President, there are some profound truths that need to be told in order to clear the air. And that is why I invite Adele on stage to present the facts. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Adele Oyango, and I come from Kenya.
And that is exactly as far as my French will take me. So, I'm really honored and happy to be here today because I think it is no secret that the current relationship between Africa and France is complicated. And in order for us to build a relationship that addresses issues that affect not only Africa, not only France, but the globe, then it's important for us to interrogate this very complicated relationship and ask ourselves three things. One, what is not efficient? Two, what is not ethical? Three, where do we see integrity gaps? And to be able to do these three things, we're going to have to be brutally honest. The history of colonization is understandably very important. For Africa, it's a path that is as painful as it is destructive. And the effects of colonization can still be felt to date. And I'm not just saying economically, but even on an interpersonal level. We, as Africans, feel the pain of colonization every single day. Now, the lack of a clear and strong acknowledgement of the continent's pain on this destructive past results in skepticism. And the absence of actions that will further push the acknowledgement is also a major issue in the current France and Africa relationship. In fact, the air of denial that France chooses to sit in is uncomfortable, not only for Africa, but also for France. And it does no good for either one of us. How can you trust the source of your pain when the source doesn't acknowledge it? What we end up with is skepticism on what exactly does France stand for. And so we ask you, Mr. President, how strong can a relationship that is built on pain, that is built on skepticism, and that is built on lack of trust really be? We, not just as a team here, but all of us in this room and the 5,000 who helped with the report and the millions more on the continent and off of the continent want a commitment from you, Mr. President, that you will join us in the eradication of La France Afrique, which is a very unfair dominance, and it has to end. Furthermore, the breakdown in understanding what France fully stands for is fueled by the continued collaboration that France has with agencies, leaders, and individuals who have glaring integrity issues, whilst on the other hand, claiming to be standing for human rights. So on one hand, we have France that is entrenched in issues around racism, around exploitative dominance, and whilst on the other hand, they're still claiming to teach others about democracy. These are two profiles that one cannot fill at the same time. And when you try to do that, we find it rather arrogant. What it creates is a cognitive dissonance, which is that discomfort you feel because of these two conflicting values. It not only doesn't make sense, it is unsustainable, it births a negative perception, and an ambiguity in knowing once again what values does France stand for. Now, it is very clear, because we are all here, that the current relationship is imbalanced. It's not collaborative, and in some instances, it's exploitative. We have social impact solutions built without any input from relevant African civil society organizations who are a resource when it comes to really understanding problems on the ground and creating solutions that run efficiently. And they're a resource that Africa is willing to lend to France. Let's also not forget that whilst we in this room are here because we want to change and repair this relationship, there are some who are benefiting from this current dysfunctional relationship, be it private businesses from France on the continent with non-ethical practices, or corrupt individuals and groups from both France and Africa. This group, and the lack of a very loud and public condemnation of this, obviously fuels skepticism. So this honest interrogation is a very important first step.
Yes, how many of the zoos can do that? When the Kenyans, when the youth are trying to be relevant, they are calling on the politicians. See how they stood to Macron to tell him how they feel. How many of you can stand to Katrina Long and tell her how you feel? And tell her you need your freedom? And tell her to back up and go back to England? None of you can do it. Instead, he will come to you and give you order what to do, and you run like a bush hog and do it. You see why we are lucky? And you claim to be giant. You see the difference? This is why we are in this mess. Every other African country is waking up. It's only the zoo that continues to lag behind. And you will continue to lag behind until Britain will physically be in every post. The US gained their independence from Britain. See how little Britain is. That they are controlling vast number of people in the world. Because they are determined. If you are determined, you achieve equal fate. But you're not determined. Is India not part of British Commonwealth? Most of these African countries not part of the Commonwealth. What are you gaining? Just to answer Commonwealth country, you refuse to question Katrina Lang. You refuse to question the Queen. What are we getting? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just sit there. We are a member of the Commonwealth. As if you resign from being a Commonwealth country, you cannot travel. You can travel. Tell me your gain for answering the Commonwealth country. Nothing. This is the diplomatic gamble they are using to silence you. Stay here. Don't move. I'll come back. When I come back, then I'll see what your needs are. This is the way we reason. This is why they stay and cook up stories. The largest democracy in Africa. But there's nothing democratic about it. The call lines are open. +1 484 767 0848. +1 484 767 0848. That is the call line, and we will continue with the program until the professor shows up. Due to my fault, I want to politicians, Biafran politicians from Biafra land, you are killing us. I don't think anybody in his normal sense will come and talk about politics in Biafra land. I don't think so. But the thing there is, what about the common sense? Why didn't Macron send soldiers to come and crush this girl? Bring her and finish her up and hang her? Why not? But he listened. Call her your name and where you calling from.
Hello?
Your name and where you calling from.
Mazi, ALOZIE. It's a Mazi Augustine.
Welcome.
I'm calling from my dungeon. Yeah. Mazi, ALOZIE, good afternoon, sir, from here.
Good morning and welcome.
My brother, I'm so much happy. I'm so excited to hear your voice every time that I just listen to Radio Biafra. But it was the place who give us, that is a hope, and the place who give us a life. Because it is very clear that God is in our side every day. Because the day that you not hear Radio Biafra, it is just gives you another impression in your life. So I greet all of you. I just very much excited to say something concerning people, because people are doing the highest thing on the earth. Because to get the Radio Biafra is to give us in case of what is happening in Nigeria or any other country. So I'm happy to say something about it. Then I'm greeting my own man who has it all. So I don't know how to just put it again. But what I'm trying to say is that nothing will happen to him. I'm still saying it because I'm a traditional someone. No matter whatever happens, I'm doing something and confirm it. So nothing will happen to it. No matter whatever they're just doing outside and whatever they're just trying to speculate in anywhere, nothing will happen to that man because he's a man of truth. He's standing before the poor. He's starting to tell the world that these people that are dying and then nothing happened. For years that you are not even born. You are still dying, we are dying, and they're still dying up to now. So what I'm trying to say, my brother, attempt to give our people, your band, all that. they have no brain now. The only brain they have is that the Fulani has taken all their brain because they give to them. What they just after is their money. And what left is a girlfriend and all that. There's something who bother the people, in your place, in your state, in your village, in your mona. Doesn't care about it. Because what they think is Fulani. How can somebody who feeds very well with the mother breast, if you come out and see that the danger is on the way, then you shift it and go to another place because of money. My brother, it's hard me. You look at Ebony State yesterday, the key 12. The key 12 yesterday in Ebony State. 12. And the people now from that area, they are now vacated to another area. They are not even sure that people will trace from that place to that place that the people are vacating now. I'm sure of that. That's the reason why I'm begging people before that they should do what people can to make sure that that place will be just secured because here it is our country, Biafra. Because I call it a country because it has been done. So far the thing is from God's mouth. Anything God says, you can't do without the word to accomplish it. So, my brother, please, you people should know exactly what you are going to do that place so that the place will be not secured. Another one is that these are our people who doesn't even know what is happening. Because anytime, any day, when people are saying something or when something is happening, you're supposed to just cool down as a human being. Think what the people are talking. Think what the people are just lamenting. Because the most key atom of truth is there. But they are not. Because of that, they are inside them. Because of 1 naira and 50 naira. Even if you see people that came to me in my place that I'm doing something, if you see how they're just talking self, even some of them, if you talk bad against that, I will just walk you out. Because you are not my brother, you are not my side. Understand? Because their mentality, their mind, their mindset, their everything just languishing. They doesn't know anything. They are always in that 1 naira. Even if the time they'll talk, the Buhari want to give a fund of everything. If you see our people, carry passport and everything, rushing to brothers and banks, they hide it from me because they know what I can do. After someone came to me and said that, they didn't collect your business, I said, I don't do anything without their money. Because since I'm lying, since I'm just lamenting for money, nobody helps me. Rather than now that the truth has come out. I don't want to go to anybody. I don't want to collect anything from anybody. I want to stay. If I die, I die in peace. If I live, then I will just give account of what I did in this earth. Because everybody must give account of what you did on the earth. You are a messenger alone. So what I'm trying to say, anybody who tried, okay, look at what this girl has saying that I hear from Kenya. Our people cannot say it. They are always in a cage. I don't know the type of cage that the people into. I don't know. The cultivation of this year now is nice because God has cleared the awareness of it. There's no plan in our land. If a God may have it now, next year, if it is like this, we are just taking that mess. So, my brother, you people should try strongly and do whatever you're doing. God is with you. God is on your side. God has done everything to people. Nobody will harm all of you. All of you stay at Biafra. Because, my brother, as I'm talking to you, I'm crying because those people that are TDF in Ebony State is a young woman and a young girl. My brother, people that is at home, they didn't go anywhere. Only 3 of them go to far. My brother, if I'm just, I cried yesterday and crying night. I call people that I know. My brother, there is no help.
Thank you, Mazi.
Except Nnamdi Kanu.
Thank you.
So, thank you, my brother. God bless you.
God bless you too. Call out your name and where you're calling from. Call out your name and where you're calling from. That call failed. Yeah, so, the other one. We look at the things we do. We look at the things we say. We look at what others are doing to us. We're supposed to absorb all these things. If we absorb them, what effect is it going to have on us? Sometimes you have to react. When you allow law-abiding, they accuse you of being lawless. what they want you to do. They arrest your sons, accuse them of being miscreants, but they are saying you have no job. Any which way you go, they'll find a way to label you. And that goes as far back as in the 50s. Do you know that they have been killing Biafrans since the 30s and 40s? Climax started in the 40s. We became a personal non-grata, can stay on the surface of this earth. So kill any Igbo people you see. Because once you give them a position, they like to rise. They don't want to be done. They want to progress. So kill them. And they are coming to tell you you are one. The question I'm asking, how are we one and why are we one? How are we one and why are we one? I still cannot get the answer. I still cannot understand why our people are still playing politics. Politics. Appease the Hausas. And then you get money. 10 billion. Hey, Abuja, here I come. Give us 10 billion. And you have Nnamdi, Kanu, and Ipob head is going to fall. It has fallen already, according to you. That's for 10 billion. How many people are on the surface of this Nigeria land? If you give one person or two people 10 billion naira, so each one of them is getting 5 billion. What is the population? So if everybody gets 1 million, don't you think they will be arrested? No. They go into one person's pocket. Greed, theft, deceit. I said again, greed. Very, very greedy. Very, very greedy. Extremely greedy people. And we act as if nothing is happening. It is our way of life. It is what the foundation that we have come to stay with. False foundation. False foundation. You lie. You frame people. You are fighting for Ipob. But you are against the Ipob you're fighting. You are against the authority. But you want to be an authority. If you want to be an authority, why are you disobeying authority? Or to you, it's not good enough. The call number is +1 4847 670 may I remind all of you that there is a contact line where you want to make a call. You can successfully reach somebody or drop a message. The HOD line is +1 248 949 4843. HOD signal lines +1 248 949 4843. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Hello, Mazi, ALOZIE.
Good morning from here.
From here.
Welcome.
Good evening, Mazi, ALOZIE. Thank you very much, Mazi. Mazi, very quickly, I remember Mazi Emmanuel. I am calling from Paris. Mazi, I just to inform our people, Biafrans, that we are going to be having our rally. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are going to have our rally by next tomorrow, the 21st of this month. And the rally will be starting at 11 a.m. and it will end at 4 p.m. And our meeting place, the rally will be taking place at the Place de la République in Paris. And we are calling all Biafrans, both men and women, children, everybody, both the Oduduwas. You people should come out en mass to join us and, shout for the release of our leader. And we are telling, let the world know that the injustice that the British and the Fulanis are unleashing on Biafrans. So we are calling upon you all over France, come and join us on this very day, on that very day, please. So Mazi, before I just drop, quickly, I want to comment quickly on the what you just read just now. Mazi, you see, before they said that British government listed about 12 states that they advised their people not to go there. And when our brother was reading those states, they mentioned Cross River and other places. And just for, suddenly now, we are now hearing again that Biafrans have shut down that place. So you have to see the conspiracy that is going on there. Because you see these British people, these people, I don't know what they take Biafrans for. I don't really understand. Do you see how they lure our coastal region into those lists where their citizens shouldn't go? And if you look around those areas, their people are highly there. Only our intelligent people need to observe well the movement of British people, what they are planning to do from that place. Because Mazi, this thing has become too much for these people. I don't know why the so-called Nigerians don't want to see reason why that they are leading them into abyss. They don't want to see that. But we Biafrans, we have taken a stand that we Biafra or nothing. Biafra or nothing. Thank you very much, Mazi ALOZIE.
Thank you. Caller, your name and where you calling from. Please turn off your radio. Yeah, your line is off. Call number +14847670848. Caller, your name and where you calling from.
Thank you very much.
Please turn down your radio.
Hello.
Why turn down your radio? I don't know how you expect us to hear what you're saying with your radio so loud. And most of these callers are new callers. Think they are listening. They are beginning to listen now. We have some rules here, so you turn down your radio when you call, or else you'll be hearing yourself, listening to yourself. Yeah. there will be a delay when that happens. So you keep saying hello, hello. And that's what we count when we do this. Not only that, you see, when these people confront us, they come with lies. And up till today, people still write a proscribed, a secessionist. They are the ones that have refused to tell the public what is happening. They are the ones that are around knowing exactly what is going on. But for them to put down something in a very realistic manner, they will write jargon. And my question is, when they get through writing all these things, their own people suffer. They themselves, the writers, suffer. Because there's no time you're going to compete with a Fulani newscaster. They have taken it over. And they tell you what you say. And they'll make the appointment. And they have the radio houses. Then your radio goes underground. They turn it off. Each time they come up, they say, this person, who they put the Igbo man. But they control what you say. They are watching you. When are we going to be free? U.S. fought Britain to be free. U.S. did not say, oh, give us freedom. U.S. did not say, no, the world, come and save us. They fought tooth and nail to be free. And they upheld democratic principles. Today, that's what they are. Giant. The world's largest democracy. Oh, they want to duplicate it in Nigeria. The largest economy in Africa. What do you have? You have the resources. What's your reward from having those resources? Nothing, in the pockets of a few. And those are the few that are shouting, one Nigeria. When they get these things and they die away, what happens to the accumulated money? You deprived millions of people their livelihood just to enrich your pocket. I was asking you the 10 billion you're asking, because you silenced Mazi and Nnamdi Kanu, and then you destroyed the Ipob. Time will tell. Call out your name and where you calling from.
Yeah, Mazi, ALOZIE, good afternoon from here.
Good morning and welcome.
Am I coming out clear?
Very clear. Go ahead.
Okay, this is Mazi Ezejimadi from London.
Welcome.
Mazi, you started, God bless you, you started this program with a revelation. There is something you said, this is a true news, this is the situation. And that situation, correct me if I'm wrong, you said that there were two governors from Southeast that went to Abuja to ask for 10 billion naira. That they said, they told whoever that is in Asorok that they have defeated, they have destroyed DOS and then removed our leader from Southeast.
Yes.
So they should pay them 10 billion naira, isn't it?
Yes.
Good. So, if this is a true news that this type of thing happened, can we Biafrans ask ourselves questions? Since our leader was rendition from Kenya into Nigeria, who are the people that have been attacking DOS Who are the people who have been accusing people falsely, wrongly? Who are the people who have been, giving command here and there outside DOS? Who are the people that are organizing fundraising that was not authorized by DOS? Who are the people that have been running all sorts of abuse, insult, attack on DOS? When Biafrans answer this question and know them one by one, no matter whatever they say, they come to platforms to be talking, they are fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. Oh, they love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, they are disciples of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, Elohim told them this and that and that. Well, Biafrans should use their own tongue to count their teeth. Because you cannot tell me that this news you have brought out today is the truth. Which means what we've been hearing, what we've been suspecting, what we know, we have seen the proof, the evidences here and there about people who shared money to unleash men against the OS. People who crooked up lies to attack Nayanya, attack Caroline Okorafo, attack Kanunta, attack DOS, attack China Samoru, attack DOS. These are the true enemies of Biafrans. No matter whomever you are, these are the true enemies. Because they were doing this thing so that this 10 billion, when those governors collect it, it will be remitted to them. That was the whole thing. That was the whole agenda. But we thank God that in God's infinite mercy, our leader will never die. He will come out very, very soon. Thank God that DOS is intact. That all those war, all those attacks, all those false allegations never held any ground. At the end of it, DOS is still in charge. At the end of it, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still alive and he's going to come out soon. All of you who attempted this evil, this coup against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, against IPOB, all of you who plan with these politicians in Southeast, these governors, these politicians, to sell your own brother, to sell your own sister, for your own brother to be killed, your own sister to be killed, because you are going to get some billions from politicians. May from this day onwards, you, your generation, may no matter whomever you are, may the government all of you, because you are wicked, you are evil, you are demonic. You want to go and collect money to sell Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to sell to destroy the sufferings, the sacrifices, the pains Biafrans have been going through for your own brothers and sisters to be killed so that you become rich because of money. You will never live even to smell one naira or $1 from whatever you were promised for you to do all this evil. Man, I will hold my peace here. Continue doing what you are doing. Biafrans, let them use their brain. Whomever that is deceiving you people, you better turn back, because we are in the wilderness. That's where we are now. A situation whereby they compelled them to build a golden calf. They have built a golden calf. Some of them went astray. They are worshipping that golden calf, thinking that is the end result. That is what will give them Biafra.
Thank you, Mazi.
But at the end of it, what is happening?
Thank you, Mazi.
God bless you. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. The call number is +1 487 667 0848. That is what people are doing. That's what people are doing. Caller, go ahead, your name and where you're calling from. Caller, your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, Pico, I tell me, Papa.
Go ahead. Go.
I tell me, Papa. It's my boy in Apple.
Go ahead.
Maki and the governor in Abuja. And you check me. Pico, you number Dave Mike, and that's why public. Because what to go inside the door. This man is which I go in on a boy. Which I go on our politics. Which I go on our POP. I'm not a more if it happens for now. No.
Do it quickly. They have a program coming up in 2 minutes. Hurry up. I have a program coming on in 2 minutes.
Because Ipob is that happy maka Dave Mike. Mike, but I phone number. I actually that man go down. Number 080 24791. 080 24791. Dave Mike, but I phone kita. Because that money you go.
Can you call it again so that call it again? Okay, we don't have any more time for phone calls because Professor Ejiofor will be here, and after that we resume the phone calls. We would like to have him speak to us. He's an intelligent guy that he has spoken to us before, and it's very important that we hear his take as to what we are going through and the way forward. It's opinion. When you hear from different people, different corners, then you put it together. The HOD will be here today, 7 o'clock, Biafra time. HOD, they will be speaking today, 7 o'clock, Biafra time. So that is what we have to inform you about. So we'll continue with the broadcast as we planned, and then we are not going to back down. We are not going to be silenced. We are very strong. Going after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he did us, if like he said, anything they do, they make us popular. Anything they do, they make us popular. And we'll continue. The world is hearing us. Good morning, Professor. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Mazi ALOZIE.
Yeah, we're fine, Idema. Yeah, we're glad to have you today. You know, it's been a while.
Yes, it's my pleasure too.
Yes, thank you. Please, I invited you to share some of what we are going through, if to have your opinion. And there is the renditioning of our leader. He has not done anything, and we are comparing what the Fulanis are doing, the crimes they are committing. You have people like the bandits, killing people, and they are being rewarded. Can you shed light on this to opinion so that our people can hear differently, not just coming from us?
Thank you so much. I was start by, first of all, we had a little scheduling mishap 1 hour ago.
Yes,
I apologize for that misunderstanding.
No problem.
And I'm here because, like you mentioned, it's been a while that I spoke with you and the children of Biafra on this forum. I have been doing so in other fora anyway. So I would like, because of that, before I come to your direct question, I would like to make some general statements, and we'll go from there. I want to believe that the audience here is worldwide, right?
Yes. Yes.
Very good, very good, very good. Just to remind everyone from the last time I was here and what has transpired since then, World Igbo Congress has been in the forefront with the IPOB for the protection of life and property of the Igbo in Nigeria, in Biafra land, and elsewhere in the world. I want you also to know that since the last time I spoke with you, World Igbo Congress has expanded its operations worldwide. We have people functioning, even some in all parts, in all the continents of the world. So it is easy to collect and gather information and move people to do things. Our focus essentially has been, especially as we interface with IPOB, our focus has been, one, on diplomacy. Diplomacy, since our solid base is outside Biafra land. We focus also on protection of lives and property of our people. We focus also on protection of IPOB and ESN, because we do believe that these entities have their inalienable right to self-determination as expounded by the United Nations. They have that right and they are fighting for it, and we have looked through our place and we didn't see any real group that is fighting for this. So we believe that what IPOB and ESN are doing, they are doing for our people. So we believe in that inalienable right to self-determination. My people, the war has come to us. And I call it war, not in the sense that there are two sides, but in the sense that we have been on the receiving end. We have been on the receiving end. And what do I mean by that? The federal government of Nigeria today, if you ask me, these are Boko Haram, the military and the police are Boko Haram in uniform. And for us to be able to understand the question you asked, let us look at the main objective of the people who are assailing us. Fulani people, by origin, are not Nigerians. They are not among the over 400 ethnic groups in Nigeria. They came in through Yemen, through the Sahara Desert, through the Sahel region, and in 1804 pitched their tent in Sokoto, where they established a branch of the Caliphate. The Caliphate is the epicenter of Islamic terrorism, the epicenter of expansionist tendencies of the Fulani people. Because that epicenter has now moved through the Sahara Desert, through the Sahel region, now in Nigeria. And they are backed by the Arab world, unfortunately. And the situation has gotten worse with the situation in Afghanistan, because the Taliban has also now become interested in what is happening in Nigeria. What is their main objective? To take Nigeria, to take Biafra land, to take the Middle East, sorry, not the Middle Belt, to take the South-South, to take the Southwest, and make Nigeria their own country. Every other person in Nigeria, just like what they did to Hausa people, they become their slaves. They put emirs over the people. They can come to Enugu and establish emir of Enugu. The people are not Fulani, but a Fulani man becomes an emir. That's what those satellite stations or camps they have established, over 400 of them throughout Biafra land. That is the objective. They will conquer a place, they will put emirs there, and they rule the place. So that is why the Islamic nation is backing them. I give an example of what I'm saying right now. President Erdogan of Turkey is scheduled to come to visit Buhari. He was in Nigeria 1 year after Buhari came to power. So the plan is not just from here. And now they are in the final phase of their colonization of the entire Middle Belt, Biafra land, South, and Southwest. That's in the final phase. And that's why he's visiting. Anybody who knows President Erdogan will be apprehensive of this visit that is coming for. This is to tie up. And we are aware that most of the funding is coming from the Arab world, the United Arab Emirates, the Saudi Arabia, and other places. Therefore, the issue is much, much bigger. The Fulani herdsmen, the Boko Haram, are just their fronts. Therefore, if we are talking about justice, it is not there because it's not in their mind, it's not in their agenda. All they want is to destroy the place and conquer it. Remember that Boko Haram simply means to hell with Western education. That's what it means. So they are not interested. If they destroy everything, means of livelihood and schools, institutions, that is part of their agenda. So it behooves us to realize that and maybe not complain of the little things, but rather think of the actions we can take. So this is why I believe that everybody must gear up, that we need to defend our land and our life by ourselves, by any means possible. I'll give you another example. Recently it was reported that some herdsmen invaded, just like they do all the time, Oguta area, and attacking the people who own the place, which is what they have been doing in Zamfara and other places. They put their name there. They changed the name of a town to Fulani name. So, and now, you see, ESN has done a marvelous job. But the forces against ESN are enormous. The entire military might of Nigerian government backed by the Arab world. It is enormous. Therefore, it becomes important that people who live in those areas that have been overrun mobilize themselves also and find a way to fight back. This is what needs to be done. There is very, very severe injustice. We will engage all concerned. And what we mean by that, we are working towards everybody concerned. I'm not talking about the so-called leadership of Igbo land. I'm talking about people who really have the interest of Igbo land in their hearts. We are working towards making sure that there are about 6 million Fulani people in the territory called Nigeria. And Nigeria itself, as of last week, about 212 million people. And since they opened borders in the West, I have been working with Yoruba people so we know the points of entry. So since the open borders in the western border of Nigeria, we don't know how many Fulani we have here. It's been estimated we have up to about 15 million by now. And they don't believe in anything except stealing, banditry, killing, maiming, and so on. They are not interested in all the conferences or anything that they want to bring to the table. Even if they are there, their elite will be there, but the foot soldiers are doing what they are doing. I'm painting this grim picture so that everybody understands what we have in front of us. So, to go down to the question you asked, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our beloved son, I've called him that several times, is unjustly held by DSS in Nigeria. You all will recall that the first time he was abducted, as soon as the news broke, World Igbo Congress was among the first to publish and called it abduction. Nigerian government said whatever term they used, but we said it was abduction because we had privy information about that. And it has stayed like that since then. Illegal abduction. We also, in that same publication, called it international gangsterism, which is what it is. So it is unfairly held, and as far as we are concerned, that son of ours will be released. We are working hard, we are praying hard, and we call every Igbo person to work hard and pray hard for his release. He has done absolutely nothing. Those who have done something like you said are the ones that are being, they pamper them. They give them, for example, the group that shot down airplanes the other time, Nigerian planes, the federal government has paid money to buy the anti-aircraft machine. The federal government has compensated them and told them not to shoot down another plane. IPOB, ESN has not done any of those, and yet we are being attacked. You remember also that recently, in 2017, the federal government bought 12 A-29 ground attack Kanu aircrafts supposedly for use against the Boko Haram. Now, those aircrafts were delivered this year. All 12 of them have been delivered. We made efforts to stop it, but it was ordered since 2019, and the U.S. was bound to honor their agreement with Nigeria. So now, those aircrafts have been deployed to kill Igbo. That is not right. So, to answer in one sentence, the holding of Nnamdi Kanu is illegal and must be reversed. Let me stop here for now. Thank you.
You have delivered what I never expected from you, and most of the things you said were on the pipeline for me to ask you questions, but you've said them. And
we can expand those places.
Yeah, I'll pick up some things from there. For instance, the so-called Igbo elites in Biafra land and in diaspora. Some of them are aloof. They don't seem to understand the trouble we are in. Is there any way you can reach out to them through this medium as we are talking now, for them to understand that their investments or whatever it is that they have is of no use to us?
Thank you so much, my brother. Yes, I can reach them through this medium, and we also reach them by what I called engagement. We said we are going to engage all concerned. That's what that means. I am sure that you heard the elite, so-called elite, they're not helping us at all.
Yes.
They're not helping us. They're not helping the Igbo cause. They are after themselves, and because they were put in place by the caliphate, they try their best to impress them, outdo the caliphate in doing the harm on our people. Okay? So, as far as we are concerned, we are engaging all groups. You saw recently statements released by the College of Bishops and Archbishops. This is part of the strategy of that engagement. Even before, let me not go that far. You also see, just I think it was yesterday, the Council of Southeast Traditional Rulers also made a statement. In that statement, they also called for the proscription of IPOB because they recognize that IPOB is not the problem. They also called for they called it amnesty for IPOB. They called for unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. So the momentum is gathering. There are people who really understand what the situation is, and we are working together for that. Other people in positions of office, politicians and so on, are the problem we have. And if you are waiting for the time you will get all of them to the table, then that might take too long. But right now, we are pushing, one, to make sure that Nnamdi is released. Two, to make sure that IPOB and ESN are de-proscribed. That is our objective. Again, I mentioned to you about diplomacy. We have developed like Hydra. We have developed a lot of tentacles, and we are trying to make use of those. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Professor. Another question I'm asking you, are not affiliated with them. There are other Igbo organizations, and it's only World Igbo Congress that is being outspoken. The question, the thing troubling me here is that if these Igbo organizations are not talking, where are they going to exhibit their Igboism? Is it under the Fulani Caliphate or what? It bothers me when other groups like yours are coming up to see what we are suffering and they are quiet. Can you shed light on that, please?
Yeah, we have tried to, especially in the diaspora here, we've tried to engage most of the prominent groups. You know, our people. It's impossible to ask everybody to coalesce under one umbrella, which is what we have tried to do. This is why our operations have gone worldwide. The common people, the masses are behind what we are doing. So whether or not they belong to major groups, a lot of the major groups have like personal interests. You don't want to collapse your operation because I am the chairman, I am the president, I am this of this group. So you don't want to be seen as having given up your organization. Therefore, you use your organization as a bargaining chip. You use your organization as a bargaining chip to the detriment of Igbo people in Igbo land, and the Fulani agree what they are doing. Give me a break, my brother. So as far as we are concerned, we are still making efforts to make sure that all groups out here work together. We have like I mentioned, some of the major ones will be holding meetings and so on. But when it comes to making public statements, as far as World Igbo Congress is concerned, if they waste time, we'll go ahead and say it the way it needs to be said. Because IPOB, ESN, the common people need that punch, that kind of support to be demonstrated publicly. That is what we are doing. We believe that in due course, all of them will come around. And if it is after the Fulani have overrun the place, it will be unfortunate. It will be unfortunate.
It's not funny. The bit is funny. Yes. The international community, we, the IPOB, don't depend on them. We don't actually count on their help. And one thing that puzzles me is how we continue to expect them to say the unthinkable, whereas they are the ones sitting on it. I'll give you a particular country. Britain is our problem, coupled with our people that are running around. Britain, through religion, got to us very, very well. And economically, they are still there. And they are stealing everything we have. Why I'm saying it is that there was a clip I played, I don't know if you listened to it, from the Kenyan girl that was addressing Macron. Why is it that we find it difficult, with the Biafrans, to actually confront Britain? Why can't we confront Britain? Biafrans, I'm not talking about the Duduas, I'm not talking about the Middle Belt. Why can't we call Katrina Lang and Boris Johnson and question him why Biafrans are being killed? Why can't we do that?
Well, you stated the problem, and that problem you stated is Britain. And even in diplomatic circles, that still holds water. Britain is jittery about dismemberment of its experiments. 121 years, 107 years of experiments right now, 107 years. They don't want to dismantle. Even here in the U.S., the efforts we are making is again, for example, last week we were in a meeting with the people of Lord, something is going wrong here. People of the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee of the United States Senate. And this came up. So our objective is to make sure that through the U.S., because the muzzle of UK is the U.S., if we get the U.S. in our corner, then we'll be able to do what? Get the UK. So since getting UK directly has not yielded fruit so far, because as we are meeting them, they are also, there's always a leak. Just 1 second, please. Excuse me, there's something going on in my family. I got to take care of it.
No problem.
So that's the problem, that once we're able to get UK to work with us, which we are moving towards in a very, very strong, effective way. We also have the American veterans of Igbo extraction who are helping to reach it, because these are people who have served America and so on. We are using that as leverage. Our objective will be met. Our people say that I will tell our people to be patient. That is what Chinti told its what? That's the way it is. So we are working towards that to make sure that Britain conforms, and in that way, the United Nations. We are working through the State Department and the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations to ensure that our plight is heard. Only time it will be impossible for them to pretend not to hear. That is what the situation is. So I acknowledge the difficulty, and you can be sure we are working towards it. All right.
Yes. To further this our problem, we have been getting bad rap way in the U.S. But it's very funny. Do you have word for our people here that work in different directions? And my observation is that most of them are tied up to the politicians at home. And when they do these things, they try to be as if they are honest. They try to act as if they are presenting you with a good cause. But in the actual sense, they are derailing. They are working against our moves. Therefore, like, we need the ESN. We need to support these people at home and make sure that they stay put. But when it comes to, like we say, come on, let's demonstrate, you see scanty people coming out. And then of recent, they have started coming. Is there any way, anything you've noticed that you can say is the problem that can be rectified?
The problem is still what we've said earlier. People don't want to be seen, those people you described, who are representing the interests of the so-called elite, the political elite. I don't have such issues within my ranks. People come there, they tend to be good and offering good advice, but in actual fact, they are trying to slow you down. Ejiofor and the rest of World Igbo Congress refuse to be slowed down because there is an emergency in our land. So those people who are doing that, they don't want to be seen in demonstrations. They don't want video to capture them. They don't want pictures to capture them. Therefore, because they feel that if they are captured, the story will go to Nigeria, and their masters will call them and say, "What are you doing?" That sort of thing. That's why you are having that. But we are not deterred. You know that it was on Friday. There was a demonstration at the University of Baltimore. You know that story, right?
Yes.
University of Baltimore.
Yeah, Sheehan.
The Sheehan man.
Yes.
Okay. We wrote an op-ed to the Washington Times, and you notice that we put our name there. That is World Igbo Congress. We signed and put our name. If you cannot hide when you know that your place is burning. The people who are burning our place, they are not pretending. They are doing it in broad daylight. So why should I hide? So now both the newspaper, both Sheehan and University of Baltimore have been sued for that, in addition to all the things that we have done so far. So force like that can make anybody listen. So next time anybody wants to write anything, any nonsense against IPOB or ESN or Igbo people in general, will have to think about it twice. So such strong reaction is what we advocate, and we continue to do that going forward. Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad the juice people are injecting, your group is injecting, and you see everything is tied to the political activities at home. Now that brings me to this question. Do we still have to pamper these politicians? Do we still have to stomach them? What's the best way to make them impotent? Because like the senators, like the House reps, like those in judiciary, they are mute. They are not talking. Why can't we call them back?
You will recall, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, the governors of Southeast met. Governors and politicians met and released a statement, which I read, and I laughed over it, because that is, you remember that record label they call his master's voice?
Yes, his master's voice, yep.
Yeah, that is what I saw in that, his master's voice.
Gramophone.
Yes, gramophone. So, as far as I'm concerned, if you'll also notice that in their statement, they said that what is going on with IPOB and ESN has been sponsored from people in the diaspora.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You saw that?
Oh, yes.
And this is because we've tried to engage them to see reason. They want us to see their reason, but their reason, as far as we are concerned, is suicide for our people. So that's why they put that thing there. So if you expect that at this time that all of them, some of them were put in there by diplomatic or what do you call judicial somersault, someone who is the fourth in line becomes the governor of a state. So because of things like that, it will be hard to get them over to our side at this time. What is facing us first is to secure the safety of our people. And as we go on, we will develop, which we are not going to state here, strategies for making sure that we incapacitate and emasculate those people who are leading our people astray. I have a very strong belief that Biafra that is coming is such a place where equity, justice, and fair play will be enthroned by the people.
Yes, sir. Yes. I will open the phone line for people to call in, ask you some few questions, and I'll let you go because of your schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not just even that. I'm excited by what I'm doing, but yesterday I took the booster shot of this COVID-19, and I tell you quite frankly, it has rendered me so useless. But they're talking about my people is what gives me Onyabo Balad in my brain right now. So let them raise their questions. I will answer, and after that, they deny.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Professor. You'll listen to Professor Joko, and I'm encouraged by what he's saying. And for anybody that has a question, you call 484-756 484-767-0848 +1 484-767-0848 if you have question for Professor Joko. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, good afternoon, Mazi, ALOZIE. May Elohim bless you.
Bless you.
People come them and bless you. Yeah, my name is Mazi Chinemenem Obuku. I have from Abaja, a Wangla local government, and Biafra land. Mazi, I hear what the prophet is saying concerning World Igbo Congress. Mazi, I want to know how many years that World Igbo Congress has existed. Because some years now, nobody come around all of us, except Nnamdi comes in and begin to sacrifice both his mother and his father. I want to know, my question here,
Professor,
how many years?
Professor, what did you say?
I said that if you keep me for too long without questions, I could slip off. I could doze off.
Yeah, they are coming. They are coming. Okay, Mazi, okay, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, I said I want to know how many years World Igbo Congress had existed, because there is a question you asked me. Why can our people will not take Britain to court? Because I could remember that. In fact, I asked this question. Let me drop it here. How many years World Igbo Congress had existed? God bless you.
Professor, he wants to know how many years World Igbo Congress has been in existence.
I'm not sure this is a good question because it might be very, very irrelevant to what we are doing at this point. World Igbo Congress, when it started, I laid out what we call our focus. That has been the focus. Like every Igbo organization, had its own problems for more than 8 years in the courts, and now we've bounced back. And by the glory of God, this administration come into existence and is kind of actually putting into action the focus and the objectives of this organization. So length of time at this point does not really have a good bearing in what we're discussing.
Yeah,
All right.
Thank you. Anybody calling, call on WhatsApp 484-767-0848. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, good afternoon, Mazi.
Good morning from here.
Thank you very much. My dear also from here by Professor Joko. And my question to Professor Joko, what are they doing concerning our people, those political men from Biafra land, that most time they came to America to campaign, and when after their campaign they came back, most of them successfully become governor, and having seen them their duties and how they handled the state where they are governing, having seen very well that they have done nothing to change or develop anything in the east, in Biafra land. And then when last they came back, anytime they come back, they still entertain them. What are they doing to stop such people from coming and for attending them or supporting them in being governors in the Biafra land? Thank you very much.
Thank you. I don't know if he heard you, but to me...
I didn't hear. I didn't hear.
Yeah, he's saying about what World Igbo Congress did to stop these politicians from coming here to campaign and then go back. So I was trying to say, I don't think that's a question for you to answer, because you've covered the whole thing. It is we that will reject them.
That's right.
Yes, it is us that will reject them, not World Igbo Congress. We as Biafrans here must know our responsibilities. Just because of World Igbo Congress pitching in, they are the ones stepping up to back up IPOB and ESN and our leader Mazi Nnamdi. The rest of them are keeping quiet. And when these people come here to campaign, they have branches here, they have their stooges here, they just said, give me make way for me, I'm coming to come and campaign. And that's what he addressed. Professor Ejiofor addressed it, so I've cut it short so that other people can call. Unless you have another question.
Thank you so much.
Caller, your name and where you calling from? Good morning. Yeah, Mazi, hurry up. We don't have time. The professor is not that strong enough to talk for a long time. So hurry up, please.
Okay. What I want to say is this. I heard the interview and what our brother is saying. First of all, I have to greet him for his statement so far. Ndị Igbo sị na oge onye tetere n'ụtụtụ ya. Ihe m na-achọ ịrọ ya, ama m na onye Igbo. Ihe m na-achọ ịrọ ya awụ ya ji isi ike. Ọ bụ ihe mwute na ndị Igbo. Ọkwena n'ihe m na-ekwu.
Mazi, hurry up, we are hearing you.
Ọ bụ ihe mwute n'oge a na ndị Igbo na-akpazi agwa ihe dị ka na ndị Igbo awụzi ndị Igbo ege na Naịjirịa. Amara ihe a ga-eme devil ọmaghị na ndị otu ya n'Ebonyi steeti ka emee devil ọmaghị na Hope ụzọ dị mma n'Owerri. Ihe ahụ ndị na-agara Fulani ozi ka a kpọọ ndị senetọs ndị Igbo ka ha tete n'ụra na onwe ebe ha ga-ebu ego ahụ ha na-ebukọta n'ala, na ị ga-akarịrị ndụ mmadụ, na ezi aha karịrị ego, ka ọ ghara iwu oge dị otu a ga-abịa napụ ndị Igbo ala ha, ndị Fulani. Ya wuru ihe ndị Igbo kpata. Ndị Igbo Congress Mazi Ejiofor, ihe unu ga-eme meenu ya, nyerenụ Nnamdi Kanu aka, nyerenụ IPOB aka, ka mmiri ghara iri ndị Igbo. Ka m kwụsị ebe a.
Professor, did you hear him?
No, I didn't.
Okay, he's appealing for the World Igbo Congress to see what they can do to assist our leader, and that's what you've been doing, and we are very happy that such things are taking place. And let me make appeal, please. These people calling on this line, you cannot be able to get in. Caller, your name and where you calling from.
Let me also add now, if I about all we are geared was for one to ensure that Nnamdi released unconditionally. That's what we have been working through every means they are available to us. And the World Igbo Congress has also appointed lawyers. One of them will be there on the 21st, and we hope they don't they don't extend that stay. The hearing will take place. That's what we expect. But if it doesn't, we are going to send a team from the U.S., no longer a local person, to be there. So I need to be committed to what we are talking about, and that we are not shying away from it.
Thank you. Caller, your name, go ahead.
Mazi, can you hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Right, thank you very much, Mazi. It's your brother calling from an location right now. Mazi, I appreciate you. I thank Professor Joffo. I don't know if he's hearing me as well.
I'm hearing you faintly. So if I don't hear clearly, you will, Mazi, will blow it up for me.
Mazi, there is a crack up. I don't know. It's not from my place anyway. I don't know if you're hearing me. That's why.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay, Mazi, I want to tell you some things that is been bothering me to Professor Joffo right now. Professor Joffo has been doing good. He's a hard-spoken man, and then I say may he continue, because our leader, as you can see, when our leader was with him, our leader make us to understand that he's a very good man, and then you can see from the point that he's not hiding. And none of us is going to hide, because when we hide, our land will be taken. Everybody has to speak to any department you know how to do. You have to do it right now, because our land is boiling. So my question is, that is what brings me to call you, Mazi, to put this thing to him, to ask him this. Right. If you look at what is happening since our leader was being kidnapped by Kenya and the Nigerian government, being rendition, they broke the international protocol. Now, if you look at what is happening in social media now, there is a big, huge attack against DOS. And Mazi, our leader, Mazi Kanu, there is an account I think he made public in America concerning ESM. But right now that the people that was managing that account, they have been suspended by DOS because of some issues that is going on, and they go on and start asking for funds to support ESN, and these people has been suspended. Now, if we have to bring ESM to support us to counter these people, which is eminent, now, and they have been helping these people to release money so that to DOS can use it to do exactly what they're supposed to do with it. And these people refuse. Now, I'm asking, they go ahead and keep asking for funds in the summer. What about if we have to support ESM through the that they do, and we didn't see, and something happened? Please, what is going to be the fate of those people that is fighting for us, and the fate of those people that to hold those money, which they don't want to release it? I don't want to call their name because I know you know some of them. What is going to be their fate? Because those money went to ESM. And now, if there is any conflict, if Nigerian government is coming to us while we have ESM to defend us, and we have money from that account, instead of them to release it for DOS to use it, and they refuse, what is going to be their fate? Please, this is what I want you to let our people know, because it's spoiling me and it's killing me slowly, because these people have no right to do whatever.
My brother, the round it up where he can answer you. Professor, yeah, he's talking about those that have withholding ESN money. What you think should be done to them if they hamper or jeopardize the lives of the ESN people?
Let me start from one thing or another. He mentioned social media, what's going on, the attack on
DOS
and all that.
DOS.
I think I heard that.
Yeah, DOS.
DOS, yes. I want you to understand that the propaganda machine of Nigeria is at work. A lot of the things in Akuba for that propaganda machine. Even this piece, Edel, on the October 4, Washington Times, propaganda machine, we have tracked that. And this is why they have been sued. both the newspaper, the person who wrote it, and his university. And I did say that the strong actions like this will deter them from doing things like that. So the propaganda machine is at work, and IPOB is up to and equal to the task. I can say that based on the knowledge I have of what is going on. About the money issue, I do believe that that is because I've waded into it. You said that I heard you also say, I know some of them. I know all the entire issue. And it is not because I'm an officer of IPOB and not in a position to hold brief on those financial things, but I can assure you, based on what I know, that DOS is working to ensure that those monies are returned. Even one of the people who are named we have been told that the person is under or within that action, that opinion piece written by Professor Sheehan. And yes, and we are looking into that. One of the people who paid him to write, still part of those people holding the money of IPOB. So the action within DOS is still going on, and I believe that they are geared towards recovering all the IPOB money. You are very right that anybody holding the money that has been collected for a particular purpose, and that purpose is saving our people, should be responsible for what is happening to our people. Because if that money was there, the operation would have been better. And I say this to everybody who wakes up in the morning and says, oh, IPOB, oh, ESN is responsible for the people being killed in Igbo land. False. Capital false. Whether you call IPOB or not, the truth is that the federal government is responsible for that. The truth is that Igbo people have been killed in Nigeria since 1945. And it's a vicious cycle, year after year. IPOB was not there in all those. So there has to be, Nigeria has to find a reason, the caliphate has to find a reason, one way or the other, to kill Igbo people. And one of the reasons now is the propaganda machine to manufacture things and put it on the neck of IPOB and ESN and do things. And then IPOB will be held responsible by them. If you look at the release by the Council of Traditional Rulers, you will see somewhere where it says something about miscreants who are using the name of IPOB somehow to foment trouble. They are being asked to stop. This is the reason for putting it there. Can you imagine the Council of Traditional Rulers putting things there? Because we are privy to it. And we want to make sure that the truth is told. So the propaganda machine is, and it's very vicious. They have a whole lot of money, and we can only work the way we can. At the end of the day, as I always say, and so a lot of my close associates within IPOB will say, hey, Prof, that we will force the hand down. And that is what is going on. Talon.
Thank you. Due to the situation, I think at the half past the hour, I will turn you loose so that you will go and have your rest. So let me get a few more questions. Better get me well. Do you know?
No problem.
Yeah, Call your name and where you calling from. Call your name and where you calling from. No, I'm not hearing you. No. No, it's not. Call your name and where you calling from.
This is Ipeton, pardon from Enugu.
Okay, I'm hearing you now.
Can I go on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So what I want to know,
as Igbo World Congress, based on, I know that Igbo World Congress concerns only the Igbos, but in Biafra, we are, beyond the Igbo region. Now, my question is this: is there any effort that the World Igbo Congress are making, to stand with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu based on the areas he's saying that is the boundary of Biafra land? Because this struggle is for Biafra, not only for the Igbos. Is there anything they're doing in order to back him up, to take a solid stand based on our boundary? That is what I want to ask. Because if you watch out, the interest of this Nigerian government is for them to let them go with the 5 states. But that is against the will of, the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So is there anything that the World Congress are doing in order to back him up in that stand? Thank you. That's my question.
Can you say it to me?
Yeah, he's talking about the World Igbo Congress effort. You see, to see that the all areas are backed up, for Biafra. That's practically what he's saying.
I want to going into that thing about quite a huge area, but I don't mind to talk about it. Yes, Onyendu did and IPOB were demarcation, and Biafra is the Biafra of 1967, the land or the territory of 1967. Mana, you must look at the politics of it so that we don't weaken our position. We stand by that to start with. That's an upfront statement. Statements people make in the press, especially the old brigade of the South. What they always say is that they were not consulted before that demarcation. And this is the old brigade. If you say what has World Igbo Congress done, we believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and most of the people that populate IPOB are the new generation. And therefore, our strategy is to engage the new generation in the South. So when I mention South, that's what I'm talking about. Most of them are interested in what is happening. Most of them believe in that territory. But at the same time, they still wonder when all of us will assemble on a table, around a table, and make decisions that will be binding to all groups concerned. That will come, and we are working towards that. And so we do believe, for example, in most of the things we do, our people in Delta, they say, oh, never forget us, don't forget us. They are part of it. But it has to be clearly defined, ab initio. The point will come when that will happen. All right?
Thank you, Professor. I think here, let me see if, what this guy has. Call your name and where you're calling from. Call your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, yes. Mazi, my name is OCT. I'm calling from Aba province, Biafra land. I'm from Umuawa.
This is Professor Anthony Mazi. This is Professor.
Biafrans. You hate us, we hate you.
Call your name and where you calling from.
Thank you for taking my call. I'm calling from my location. I just want to
thank Professor wholeheartedly because at least I can sleep tonight. Because I thought that all the very prominent men in Igbo land have forgotten us. That appearing to in Radio Biafra, I mean, it's an encouragement and a hope. So I just want to thank him and thank him and thank him. Thank you, Mr. Mazi, ALOZIE. Bye.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Professor.
Okay. Okay, round is up.
Yes. Go ahead.
I'll make you one closing remark. To start with, where the caller
yeah, I corrected him.
Yes.
Yes.
And we have been working together on this matter. In fact, he communicates with me almost every day. So I have good year. So need to make sure something that one of the questions that you asked me, Mazi, ALOZIE, that you asked. I answered that question, but I think I left out some, inadvertently left out something that I want to bring here and as a conclusive remark. In your question, you said emphasis is on Biafra land, that to leave out middle belt and southwest and so on. Yes, our emphasis is about the same. The only thing now is when you go out to international forum, where diplomacy is the key, the message has to be crafted. Well, in fact, we also engage a number of professionals and lobbyists who are helping us. The message to craft that the ordinary American will hear and get up. If you remember during 1967 to 1970, they are ordinary Americans. Okay, Nixon was the president. Ordinary Americans made things happen. Because we're also setting up a crisis team that will handle things like relief situation, things like people who are displaced, because this might be coming if we don't take time. All the ordinary Americans that key into that and back us up. And the message, therefore, which we have had conversations with over 12 senators, and they are trying to help us to go and address the Congress. We have also laid the pipeline to address President Biden. And what is the message? If you say Biafra, already the Nigerian government has given us a bad name. But we are not deterred by that bad name. We will continue to fight with it. But he used one catchphrase: Christians. The Biafra are Christians. The Middle Belt are Christians. And they know about the Middle Belt way before Nkefana. The West are coming up. So we just lay emphasis on Christians. And we give the population of about 140 million people out of 200 and plus million, which is 2/3 of the entire area are Christians. We are trying to wake up the sentiment and the interest of the Christians out here, which will support our cause. But our focus for Biafra, that is where we are going. I thought I should bring that out. So you know that our mentioning in all those other groups is not because we are so trying to dilute our efforts, but because it will make greater impact from the people we expect to help us. Dalon.
Professor Jeffo, thank you very much. We'll do it again next time, and I'll be checking up to see how you're feeling. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You. Thank you. Thank you.
Bless you too.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, that is Professor Jeffo of the World Igbo Congress, and you've all had it. This is There are things that are going on that we don't know that are going on. There are things that we know, you don't think that other people know it. All of a sudden, you understand that there are things you think the world will not hear. They're hearing it. Those that are working against Biafra, they are Biafrans. Those that are derailing ESN, they are Biafrans. They are using ESN name. And they are the background campaigning to finish ESN, to starve ESN, and they are raising money for ESN. It's open. They can no longer deny it. And we keep asking them, which ESN are you talking about? Time will tell. Time will tell. You're working for politicians. These politicians are the ones holding us hostage. I intentionally asked that question to let you know that when you are an agent of a politician in Nigeria from Biafra land, your presence is here. And you are playing their role, the role they have assigned you to play. So we know. I don't like quoting the Bible like all those that say, Lord, Lord will enter the kingdom of heaven. It's not all those that shout Biafra, Biafra, Biafrans. They come in different clothing. Some of them are wolves in sheep clothing. You will find out very soon. There are some information I have that will, you'll be shocked. I'm not shocked. You remember the Shihan saga when it came up? I say, wait until you hear the story. Don't side anybody yet. Don't swallow it yet until you know the truth. Now you know. Now you're beginning to know the truth. Call out your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, Dr. ALOZIE, good evening from here.
Welcome.
Yeah, Dr. ALOZIE, I know our brother, Professor Jofo, is going to have some rest. We wish him quick recovery and bless him for the good work he's doing for his people. And we are really grateful for what Igbo Congress really standing up in his leadership to make sure they back our people in this struggle. We are so grateful. It's a very big hope. When our people hear such thing, it strengthens us more, because most of these so-called Igbo people that we are looking up to, that have really turned back to our people until our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came. We thank them. They should keep on doing the needful to make sure that our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released unconditionally. That is so important to us. We want to see our leader out. Mazi, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Mazi Akas. I'm calling from Austria. Mazi, please, can I make an important announcement?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, Mazi, thank you. Fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, please, we IPOB Austria is calling us once again concerning our protest tomorrow. It has been announcing in Radio Biafra. Tomorrow is the big day on 20th. And we know that our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be appearing on court on 21st. So we, the Ipobians here in Austria, decided to hit on the street tomorrow. Please, we are calling on all our brothers from Amazonians, brothers also from Oduduwa. Please come and join us tomorrow in this protest. We want to let the Austrian government and the world to know that our leader is appearing on court next tomorrow, so that their eyes will be in the Zoological Republic to watch for their tricks they are going to play on themselves. But we Biafrans are watchful. This time around, they cannot get away from this evil they have committed, this extraordinary rendition they have committed against our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Please, we also asking all the zonal coordinators, please make sure that as we are heading to Vienna tomorrow, that all our members are going with you. There will be no excuse. This is our leader here. Not I love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu die, I will die. Now the hour has come. Come and solidarize with him in solidarity. come tomorrow. Please, we are begging all of us. Let Austrian government see us in mass. IPOB Austria, we are formidable. We are fanatical about Biafra. Please, where we are going to meet is Schwarzenbergplatz. I repeat, Schwarzenbergplatz, 3rd District, Vienna. Schwarzenbergplatz, 3rd District, Vienna. And time is 10 a.m. in the morning. 10 a.m. in the morning. We are protesting in British Embassy and also in Zoological Republic Embassy. Please come one, come all, and as you come, may Elohim Chukwu Kabiyama bless you. This announcement is coming from our national coordinator, Mazi Onwumere, and his deputy, Mazi Nweke. Mazi ALOZIE, thank you, Nwa Chineke, for doing the needful. And we also are telling those at home to be very watchful as they are deploying their military Boko Haram and their police Boko Haram in Anambra State. Our people should be watchful. Please be your brother's keeper while we are doing the needful, because this time around we can't allow them to kill us and go free. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it, they will come, and truly they have come. He said they will kill us, we will kill them at the end. Biafra will come. This is the last phase of this struggle. All of us must be very strong, most especially to be side by side by our DOS, led by Mazi Chike. Any other nonsense is rubbish. Mazi Chike, which led the leadership of DOS, is where we stand. It's where the IPOB all over the world stand. Because this institution was created by leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody can rubbish it. They can yap, they can do their conspiracy, but at the end, they will fall. Because here they may be here more. Onye natural jaboke more. Mazi, thank you for giving me this opportunity. May Elohim Chukwu bless you. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Caller, your name and where you calling from. Caller, your name and where you calling from. The call number is +1 484 767 0848 +1 484 767 0848. Caller, your name and where you calling from. Caller, your name and where you calling from.
Mazi, good evening to you, sir.
Welcome. Mazi, hurry up. We are running out of time.
Okay. Mazi, please, Prof, I want to thank you so much for your team. I've been with Prof in one of the time we were raising funds for ESN, and they has a beautiful team, and they are working very hard to make sure that people return home. So I thank you for making it more public, because apparently that day there was a question that I asked him, and I see that question has been addressed, that we are all IPOB and we are all indigenous people. Mazi, there's something that I wanted to say to Prof. I know he's still listening. The man that you sue in America, or our people sue in America, like your organization, we heard there was an endorsement. Bribing somebody to lie in the public is an offense. Is there any way that that should be included in charges of, if he said that somebody, he have made it public, somebody paid him money to do that?
Let me answer
so
that.
The police can arrest the person.
Let me answer that, because we are out of
Yes.
time. I'll answer that till Prof is gone. The charges is the charges. Whatever charges they bring against you, that's what you answer. If they charge you for money laundering, that's what you answer. If they charge you for bribery and corruption, that's what you. If they charge you for false information, that's what you charge. So there are many charges that can be brought against the fermenters, those that bribed him, gave him money to put out false information. So just wait and see. Here, there are many charges that can be brought up against you. And when it comes up, your time is up. That's what it is. That's how it goes. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Mazi, talking to me?
Oh, yes, I'm talking to you, Archbishop. Good morning.
Thank you, sir. Good morning. God bless you, sir. I'm very grateful you pick up my call because I was looking for principal servant's line. I don't have it anymore. I was trying to say after I will call you, see if I can get you. I'll tell you, give me principal servant's line. If you have it, text me, tell it to me later whenever you have time. Because we're doing some new things. Yeah, thank you also again for your faithfulness and commitment and consistency and being there for our people to be able to aid their feelings and be able to reach out to others and encourage one another. That's what we're doing here on Radio Biafra 1 and 2 and all Radio Biafrans all over the world. That's what we should be doing to one another. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Archbishop Nicodemus Admara Bibebok. I'm only coming this day for an announcement. And I want to thank all of you that are fighting in every front. The one thing we are promising you from the United States, they are rocking this place because they know that U.S. only do commission the U.S. to be in charge of certain things to run. And all of them are taking, some are taking a disadvantage of that. They are making it look like this is a business of small boys. We have men. God commissioned this project, and we must restore Biafra. Any other people deviating, they are doing so at their own risk. We took an oath. And that oath, if you think you are talking to the air, Chuko Kabian was listening to every single one of us when we took that oath. So you should advise yourself. We are not here to play the business of small boys. This is the business of with heaven. We have the key of the kingdom of heaven. Indeed, we have it in Israel. And we cannot fight. And God has said we want to restore this kingdom. And you want to stand on the word. We are thrown in pieces in hell. Because you're going to roast. That's not what I plan to say, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm here for an announcement. This is IPOB, United States, especially New York. New York State is going to have a get-together, all of them. Bronx zone, Brooklyn zone, Staten Island zone, and Queens zone. And anywhere else, even in Long Island, anywhere you are invited to a physical person-to-person get-together in New York, in Brooklyn, 922 Remsen Avenue, in Brooklyn, New York. I think the zip code is 11236. 922 Remsen, R-E-M-S-E-N, Avenue, Remsen Avenue, in Brooklyn, New York, 11236. On the 24th, coming Sunday, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. You are invited. I want you to come with your questions. Come with whatever you have. Those who want, stop being on the side. Say, I am happy to be and you are running wild everywhere. Let the family come together. I fought to make sure the family in New York will remain under DOS and Onyendu. We have only one leader. And Jeff and other people that I may not mention their names right now, fighting on their own artists. Faithful IPOB members. Hardcore. We want all of you to come and give your questions, your contributions, your criticisms. Come and tell us. We want to stay in one place, discuss this family problem, wherever you are in New York State. If you want to travel far away, come 922 Remsen Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. 24th, Sunday, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. We want you to come and tell us how we can move forward. But this family cannot be divided. This family, those who are gone, let them go. They are broken. They want to end. IPOB New York is not going to happen because they made the greatest mistake. They forgot the Archbishop of IPOB that I dwell here. That's why God planted me here. But not after position, I have my own. Heaven gave me mine. And I'm doing well in my position. Or they see me one drop is not dropping. I want to hold it so that I to say, no, okay, no. That's why I said no. We must defend this for DOS, for our indomitable and indisputable, irrevocable, and irreversible leader, Mazi, the prophet of Pepper, Nnamdi Kanu. We have to fight behind the back. We have to fight together with him. We have to make sure this kingdom of heaven is not disappointed, that God will look down from heaven. That's why I say I'm looking for 100 men. I say, yes, my children are there. We have to do this wherever we are.
Thank you.
In any zone, please, every road leads to Brooklyn, New York, 922 Western Avenue, 24th of October, 2021. God bless you all. I'll be coming again.
Thank you, Archbishop.
To remind us. Huh?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Caller, your name and where you... Yeah.
Mazi, biko, biko, can I number house? Biko.
Yeah, I was telling you. I was telling you to repeat it so I can call it. Go ahead.
The number 080 343 24791 080 24791. Onye ori anọ na Ebonyi gọọmenti house. Anyị achọrọ ife ya na main road ọzọ. Devil my obuchagu mu na anyị o. Obuchagu mu na anyị o.
Devil my is phone number. Thank you. Thank you. That's Devil my phone number. Caller, your name and where you calling from. Caller, your name and where you calling from.
Good morning, Mazi.
Welcome.
This is Choma Imo. Yeah, this is Choma Imo Koronko. I'm calling from Fort Worth, Texas, and by the grace of God, I am the coordinator of the Fort Worth family.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I thank Professor Ejiofor very much for coming out to clear the air about what is going on. We are so much grateful about that. And secondly, I want to use this opportunity to announce our forthcoming rally that we're trying to have tomorrow at 650 Griffin Street, Dallas, Texas, at 11 a.m. tomorrow. So we're inviting all Biafrans, wherever you are, all Oduduwas, to join us for a rally preceding the court day of our leader on the 21st. So we are coming out tomorrow to rally before the court day. So we are inviting everybody to join us. Once again, it's 650 Griffin Street, Dallas, Texas. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mazi ALOZIE.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. This is where we'll be ending today's broadcast. Okay. Okay. Welcome, Mazi. You're on the air.
Check your message.
The what? Okay, but I'm done though. Are you coming on the air? Okay. Let me see. Yeah. This is where we're ending the program, so we're already done. So we'll be on the air again tomorrow. HOD will be on the line today, 7 p.m. Biafran time. So we thank all of you and thank Professor Ejiofor. You see what we've been saying, and we are telling the truth. Not everybody that calls Biafra is a Biafran. So thanks to all of you. South Africa, Motherland will be on the air in about 7 minutes. So it's been a day. Tomorrow, in about 7 minutes. So it's been a day. Tomorrow, in about 7 minutes. So it's been a day. Tomorrow,